I was in college, when I was in undergraduate school, there was a war going on, called the war in Vietnam, because communism was spreading, and there was fear that communism may spread to that part of the world, and it was getting some foothold. And so there was an idea from the United States to try to stop the spread of communism. So there was some fighting, and it became a big war. Little place, but a big war. And the U.S. wanted soldiers to fight in the war. And on campuses in America, it was, demonstrations against the war in Vietnam. It was a big thing, big anti-war. Anyway, protests and demonstrations and this and that. In the midst of all of that, lo and behold, I'm off at college, and my parents received letters from the United States Army, a conscription law saying, you are now classified as 1A, you're supposed to show up at U.S. Army office, get a uniform, get on an airplane, and go to Vietnam and fight this stupid war. And I thought the war was stupid. Taking somebody out of medical school training to go fight a stupid war was double stupid. So I didn't respond. Just like, my parents insisted, you gotta do something. You'll be in jail, you gotta do something. So I started asking, what do you do when you get the draft notice in the mail? And I was told, well, one thing you can do is there's a conscientious objector form that the United States government produces. You get a conscientious objector form and fill it out, and you get an A in your exam, and you're exempt from the draft. I know how to get A's in exams. It's really simple. You know what the person grading the exam wants. You put that in the answer box, and you get an A in your exam. What do you want me to do? You want me to eat the microphone? Is that loud enough?
Yes.
No, it's too loud.
Yes.
Too loud?
Yes.
Better?
Yes.
Okay. So I got a conscientious objector form. It has several pages. I couldn't get past the first question. The first question says, state the nature of your belief, your convictions, such that you cannot take part in the armed forces of the United States of America. Deanless student, know how to get A's in exams. So I started to answer the question. So I'd get an A in the exam, but the pen wouldn't move because I got stuck. Yes, I can get an A in the exam, but I don't know what my convictions are. Honestly, within myself. I know how to get A's in exams, but I don't know who I am and what my convictions are. It was a very powerful shock. I was like, I'm part of a system that teaches me how to get A's in exams, but not who am I, and what my convictions are, and then 100 other questions after that question. So I did a timeout. And I looked inside. There was this exercise with looking what's inside. And part of what was inside is, what's outside is not the ultimate reality by any means. There is an ultimate reality. Three things. There's an ultimate reality. I know that I don't know. And I want to know. That's it. So I'm assuming everyone here, you may not be in the same space I was in, but you're here because those three things are there within you. There's a higher reality. You know that you don't know and you want to know. That's all you have to do. Have that your qualification you bring, and then you hear it.